Hello, everybody. My name is Sean Conway. I am the principal of Madison Comprehensive High School, and I want to welcome you to our annual College Credit Plus information session. I will be taking you through the first part of tonight's presentation before Mrs. Carpenter comes up and takes us through the second part. Before we get started, I'd like to welcome all of our local colleges and universities in the back. If you give them a round of applause for coming out and spending time with us tonight. Everyone's asked me how long is this meeting going to be. My daughter asked me how long do we have to be here. Good news is I'm going to try to go as fast as I can through all of this. Again, I was threatened by my daughter. No one likes when you repeat yourself. Everyone hates it when you talk really long. If that happens, Dad, I'm leaving. So God forbid that happens. So we're going to try to go as fast as possible, okay? First off, this first part of the meeting is, should you take, or should I as a student take College Credit Plus classes? So I'm going to kind of take you through the decision-making process for this. Before we get started, again, all updated information will be posted on the Madison Comprehensive High School CCP webpage. If you're wondering, how do I get to that page? One, Mr. Ritchie put together pamphlets for you to take. There's a QR code. That'll take you right there. However, if you go to our district webpage, you go to the high school, you go to the counseling page, there is a CCP page you can click on. All the information will be there. If you want to go over some parts to this presentation, that will also be posted on there as soon as we can. That is the primary reference point for you as you're going through the CCP process. All right, what we're going to try to do tonight, we're going to try to provide you with information so that you can make a well-informed decision into whether College Credit Plus is for you. Our guests from the local colleges and universities will share information relative to their respective institution, and it will give you an opportunity to ask questions. So again, as I said, is this a good fit for you? College Credit Plus can be an excellent option if it is a good fit for the student, but there are several items to consider before making the decision. First off, obviously, if you're taking a College Credit Plus class, all grades will be on both college and high school transcripts, and it will get figured into your GPA. Obviously, if you're taking college classes, they're going to be a little bit harder. You know, that has to go through your mind. Am I ready for that? Am I prepared for that to be factored into my GPA? If a student fails or drops a course and receives the grade of an F, the student's family will be responsible to reimburse Madison for all costs of taking College Credit Plus classes, the course that they failed. All right, so some more issues to consider. There could be some scheduling conflicts. This could include the first day of school. They don't always line up. The last day of school, winter break, spring break, snow days. If you are in session at either institution, you are expected to be there, okay? Also, you need to consider the pace of college level work and ask yourself, am I ready for this? Is my child ready for this? Transportation is also the student's responsibility. We won't be busing anyone to a local college or university. Some other issues to consider. If you are an athlete, it is important to know athletes need to be eligible in order to participate. You need to be passing a minimum of 5 classes. An example, if you're taking College Credit Plus, would be 4 credits at the high school and a 3-semester our college course. That equals 6. That would make you eligible. You have to consider practices and game times could be during college classes. So there could be situations where that could conflict. Similar conflicts for band, cheerleading, maybe you have a job. If you have class, you're going to be expected to be at class. College Credit Plus students are also the last to schedule. Getting courses you want might be an issue. However, I think there's going to be a lot of great options for you. In classes with older students, which mean you could be dealing with some mature content, okay? Some mature content could be in those courses. All right, so some real questions that have happened over the years. School's canceled, but the college is still having classes. Do I go? Yes, you're supposed to be there. If the college isn't canceling, that means you don't just not go if the high school is canceling. Could you check on my daughter? I don't think she's going to her college classes. That is not something the high school will be doing. Obviously, if you're taking classes at another institution, it's going to be your responsibility to check on that. And we're putting it on the student to make sure they're going to classes. So this is one that could come up. Several weeks into the school year, a student asks to return to the high school full time. Maybe it's just not for me, it's too difficult, my job hours have changed, I don't have transportation anymore. And then they'll say, can I do this? To be very honest, no, it's not an option. It's not realistic. It's not a realistic expectation to place a student in courses that have been in session for weeks. Also, you would be billed by the district for dropping/failing a college course or courses if the grade shows up as an F. So again, these are all things to consider. How stable is this? Am I able to make this work? Again, I think it's an unbelievable opportunity for all of you. It's just you have to make sure that it's right. A family's on vacation, and you work that around Madison spring break, but the college is in session during this time. What do we do? Well, obviously, if you're taking that course and the spring breaks don't line up, you might have to consider that when planning your vacations. Maybe that's not the good time to take vacation, or you try to work it out with the college professor or the college teacher to see if you're allowed to miss. A regional softball tournament game is to be played the same day as the psychology final. What do we do? That's a tough one. And hopefully that they will be flexible and work it out for you, but that could happen. I want to attend the homecoming assembly, but I have class. Grading periods don't coincide, so how is my eligibility determined? That we can certainly help you with. That is something we can certainly help you with. That's something we deal with a lot. That's not a problem. So why share these concerns? I think it's critical for both parents and students to make a very careful decision on whether or not to enroll in CCP. Please understand the school does not have the responsibility to make these situations work for the students. The responsibility lies completely with the student and his or her family. All right. Now, this is the part of the talk that I really want your focus on, because these are situations that you need to really understand, because things in college and high school don't always line up the right way. So college credit plus classes are measured in what we call Carnegie credits, okay? And not every course is worth the same number of credits. Yes, sir. Sure. You're fine. Go ahead. I'm just going to keep going. Not every course is worth the same number of credits. We could have some 5-hour classes, some 4-hour classes. I would say 3 hours is standard. It's probably typical. A 3-credit semester hour class, a CCP class, is equal to 1 year of high school credit. 1 year of high school credit. So dual enrollment courses offered at Madison High School are broken into semesters to mere colleges. So if you are taking 1 3-hour course class per semester, that is equal to 1 year worth of work. Some people are in English composition right now in the first semester. That will equal to 1 year of high school credit. All right. Now, not all college courses meet high school graduation requirements, so it's very important to keep your school counselor informed into what you are taking. So again, I just want to say we have a lot of students right now who are in CCP classes in the first semester. I'm just going to use the example of English Comp 1, and then in the second semester, they'll be in English Comp 2. That means they are getting 2 years of high school English in this 1 year, okay? Because they are taking 2 3-hour semester courses that are college credit plus. A student who attends high school all day will be scheduled into no more than 2 study halls. So if you go to high school all day long here at the building, or actually over there at the building, you're going to have no more than 2 study halls. You're going to be taking a minimum of 6 classes. In order to be considered a full-time student, you have to at least take 5. Our building practices, you're going to take 6. We don't think you need to be in study hall 3 periods a day. In order to participate in sports at Madison, you must meet eligibility requirements from the previous quarter and be a full-time student during the time of the sport. So, for example, if you are taking college credit plus classes and you drop them, you still need to be in the equivalent of 5 credits in order to be eligible to play a sport and be considered a full-time student. So this is how you would go about changing a schedule if you were in the building at Madison. First off, you don't come in and say, well, I want this teacher, not that teacher. Okay, so no teacher requests are honored. And if you schedule something and we create a schedule for you and you don't have a good reason why you want to change, we're not going to be like, I'd rather do this than that. So no change of mind schedule change will be honored after the last day of school. So you must, in order to have a schedule change, it would meet the necessary changes within the first 10 days of the class, of the school year or of the semester. So what would be necessary changes? Conflicts and errors, like fault of the school, we screwed up and we need to fix it. Completion of approved summer school courses, failure of a course in the previous year, which means you got to retake it, or an uneven balance of semester courses or study halls. So the reason I'm bringing this up is this is a schedule change at the high school. It's not the same in college. So dropping a standard class in high school, that's how you would go about dropping it. Dropping courses after the first 30 days of school, any grade will become an F. Courses can be dropped if the student is enrolled in at least 6 other courses, the student has no more than 2 study halls, and has parent permission, written parent permission. So can you drop a CCP class? And that answer is, it's complicated. And I'll try to take you through this the best of my ability. Okay. Test. All right. A student should consult the high school counselor before making a decision to drop a class. This is to discuss the options and consequences of All right. Hopefully this works now. My portion of the talk is really like just trying to prepare you, trying to give you all the information. I'm not trying to scare you at all because in all seriousness, I think this is an awesome opportunity. Please be aware that all college and high school policies, guidelines, when making your decision. Feel free to ask questions today, contact your counselors, communicate with the colleges, and discuss this very seriously with your family. Again, I think this is an unbelievable opportunity. We have a lot of options available for dual enrollment at Madison. I know Ms. Carpenter will talk a little bit about that. It's just very important to weigh these decisions because they could have consequences to them if you're not prepared. Okay? So at this time, if you could, please welcome Ms. Carpenter. She's going to take you through the second part of our talk tonight. Wow.
All right. Hello, everybody. If you do not know me, my name is Kelly Carpenter. I am the junior and senior school counselor at Madison, and I'm also your point of contact for your CCP classes. So I'm going to be going over a lot today. My part of the presentation is copied and pasted straight from the Ohio Department of Higher Education. We are required to provide you guys with a lot of information. A lot of it is very technical. You can find it in the Ohio Revised Code. So as I'm going through this today, we're going to be hitting on some major points. However, this presentation will be posted on the Madison CCP webpage if ever you need to reference it. And it does have all the information you need. And we'll have time for questions afterwards, but the information is up here. We're not going to be hitting every point tonight. In general, an overview of College Credit Plus. This is Ohio's dual credit program. That means that you are earning college credit and high school credit at the same time. And grades go on both your college transcripts and high school transcripts. Students grades 7 through 12 are eligible, so that means that if you're here, you may be in grades 6 through 11 because this meeting is for next year's CCP class. You must be Ohio residents, and it's important to know we have our college representatives here tonight. You are allowed to attend multiple colleges, and you may apply to multiple colleges. We have some students who do our dual enrollment courses at the building, and they're doing CCP English through Ashland University, and they're also doing CCP Pre-Calc through North Central State. That's just one example of how that may be done. A little bit about CCP course options. You have the ability to take dual enrollment courses at the high school. What we offer is CCP English Comp 1 and 2. We offer CCP American History, and we offer CCP Creative Writing, and those are through Ashland University, and those are with our Madison teachers in the Madison building during a school day. Additionally, other dual enrollment classes we offer with our Madison teachers are CCP Pre-Calculus, CCP Calculus, CCP Statistics, and CCP Physics, and those are through North Central State College with Madison teachers at our school. Additionally, you can choose to enroll at any other college or university, either online or in person. We have students going to the campus to take classes or take classes online through the campus that are not offered at our Madison school. Let's see. So even if you fail or withdraw from the course, it's important to know that that grade is going to go on your transcript. CCP courses also do satisfy your high school requirements. And currently, we're partnering with Ashland University, North Central University, Mount Vernon University, and Ohio State Mansfield. A lot of our students also choose other colleges as well. We've had students to Ohio State main campus, as well as Bowling Green State University in the past. So how can you participate? This is where the papers that you got tonight come into play. You can actually take your first step tonight. So first step is eligibility. You must be deemed eligible based on your respective collegiate institution of choice. All right, what this essentially means is if you're wanting to take CCP pre-calculus through North Central State with Mr. Metzger, make sure you're speaking to him, make sure you're speaking to me, and make sure you're speaking to your college advisor, your College Credit Plus advisor, to make sure you're meeting eligibility for that course. We're going to have to make sure that your transcripts are submitted, and you may have to take a test called an AccuPlacer to meet that eligibility. I know that this is a lot of information, but as we go on throughout the year, we're going to be providing you with this, and students have done it every year. They've been able to meet eligibility. And thank you. All right, test, test. All right, so how does CCP and College Credit Plus, how does this relate to high school requirements? We've already gone over this, but your grades do count as both. Please know that your college may calculate your GPA differently than we calculate it at the high school. And this comes into play if, for example, you get a C- at a course at Ashland University, that GPA is going to calculate than if you get a C- here at Madison. And when you're calculating things for probation, dismissal of the CCP program, it's important to know. So make sure you're staying in contact with your college advisor. They'll be sending out academic alert notifications if ever you are at risk of that. Additionally, again, these courses can satisfy your graduation requirements. Mr. Conway touched on a really good note about eligibility and making sure that we're remaining a full-time student. However, on the flip side of that, you can also only take up to 30 college credits per year, which includes high school courses. All right, some of you sitting in here, I had to meet with you early on in the school year, and we had to pare down some of your courses so that way you were within your CCP credit limit. I'm going to give a quick example of how that can add up really quickly. Let's say that right now you're a sophomore, and next year you're planning on doing health technologies, career tech program with Ms. Wampler, but you're also planning on taking CCP courses. That health tech program is 4 credits here at Madison, which equates to 12 college equivalent credits. So you're already up to 12 out of your 30. Mr. Conway explained earlier that 1 semester of CCP English is worth 3. That takes you to 15. Semester 2 takes you to 18. Some of our CCP calculus courses, if you were to take that, those are actually 5 credits each. So if you're at 18 credits and then you also want to take CCP calculus, semester 1 and semester 2, that takes you up to 28. And typically there are not very many college courses offered below 3. So that would be an example of how you could very quickly get up to those 30 credits. And if you're thinking about what that might look like for your schedule, you would have 2 study halls. You wouldn't have room for a science. You wouldn't have room for a government, which is something that you need to graduate. This is a perfect example of why you want to make sure you're letting me know what your plans are for what college credit courses you're planning to take, so that way I can make sure that you're on track for graduation and you're also within your credit limits, meeting eligibility, but still getting the classes you want. Throughout your entire CCP participation, you can do a maximum of 120 credits. There are a lot of differences between CCP and high school. Tests are more rigorous. Study time, there's a lot more study time involved with college, and whereas high school, a lot of study time is put into the time in class. Knowledge acquisition, for high school, the information is provided mostly in class, and for college, coursework is generally required more independent thinking, longer writing assignments, and out-of-class research, which includes a lot of independent reading, things like that. Let's see. Grades. High school, you have lots of opportunities to get your cumulative grade between quizzes, assignments, and tests. For college, they may have fewer assignments that are more weight into what your final grade will be. High school parents, for high school, parents are big, strong advocates, working closely with the teachers and counselors. Parents, for college credit courses, we strongly encourage you to be just as much of a support. However, the students are treated as adults in these classes, and there are certain laws that mean that the colleges cannot share, for example, the grades that they are getting directly with the parents. So students, make sure that you're keeping your parents in the loop on how things are going, so that way they can be a great support to you. Accommodations, we have 504s and IEPs that students are able to get their accommodations and modifications from at the high school. For college, students must work directly with college staff to determine if those accommodations will be available to them. All right, so big benefits of College Credit Plus. You can earn college credit for free. This is why you all are here. This is the biggest benefit of the program. By the way, I love seeing how many of you are out here tonight. The program grows every year. It's a great opportunity. You can get a head start on career planning or a degree. You can experience college early to see if it's a right fit for you. And you can save a lot of money on tuition and textbooks. Now, on the flip side of that, there are risks and consequences if you were to underperform. I'm going to read through this slide because this is very important for you to know. So if students do not earn a passing grade, or if they withdraw too late from a college course, the district can require families to reimburse the tuition that the district has paid. That means if you withdraw or fail and it ends up going on your transcript, you're liable for the cost of that course. Roughly speaking, each credit of College Credit Plus, the tuition for that is between $75 and $150. And if you're taking a 3-credit course, you can see really quickly how that can add up to anywhere between $300 and $500 if you were to fail or withdraw. The grades that students earn will be on the student's college transcript permanently. This means that when you are eventually applying to college for your undergraduate degree, if you were to have failed a college credit course, that will go on your college transcript and can affect your, if you're wanting to go for an honors diploma or something like cum laude at the college, that would adversely affect your grade at the college down the line. If students fail or withdraw often, future financial aid, we're talking FAFSA, and when you are going to college full-time after high school, you can be deemed ineligible for financial aid. If students perform poorly, they may be placed on CCP probation, CCP dismissal, or on academic probation or dismissal by that college and unable to participate in future College Credit Plus programs. It's important tonight for you to consider whether or not you are college ready. One thing I'm going to hit on in a little bit, but I just want to talk about is that each of you should have a letter of intent. That's something that I'll be collecting up here tonight. If you feel like College Credit Plus is right for you, you can go ahead and fill out that form while you're sitting there and hand that in to me up here at the end of the meeting. This is your ticket in to start the CCP process. If we do not have your letter of intent, you cannot start applying for the colleges. However, if you turn that in tonight and you decide College Credit Plus is not for you, it doesn't require you to take College Credit Plus. It's just more saying, hey, I'm intending on doing this. So keep that in mind, and you can go ahead and start filling out those forms as we speak. As you're thinking about that, are you college ready? Are you, do you feel like your emotional and social skills are mature enough for college classes? Do you have good time management? Are you organized? Other important considerations. We already talked about those, so we're going on. Underperforming student rules. This is all about CCP probation and dismissal. I'm not going to go into this. I promise you that if you're at risk of this, I'm going to be meeting with you and we're going to be going through this whole process together. But this is one that I want you to check out once this presentation is posted on the CCP page tomorrow. What are the expenses? There is no expense for the college course or tuition to the student as long as you stay within your 30 credit hour limit. If you are deciding to take classes at the college campus, you'll have to provide your own transportation. We also pay for your books and your resources needed for your class. Colleges have changed this year. As you're applying for College Credit Plus, you used to have to choose between the options. Now it's automatically option B. This is the option that allows you to get College Credit Plus for free. There's also been laws put in place to make sure that your credits transfer to universities. You can check this online. There are resources listed here to see if your credits will transfer. For example, if you're a student who's just trying to get your general education courses out of the way before you start attending university after high school, you can check Eligibility Center. Sorry, wrong thing. You can check the transfer credit website to see if your credits will transfer to the university you intend on attending. Remember, the athletes need to make sure that they're meeting their OHSAA eligibility requirements. Mr. Conway talked about that earlier. Please come talk to me to make sure you're eligible and keep me posted on any courses you are registering in. Deadlines. Your letter of intent that you have today is due April 1st, no exceptions. We cannot accept it April 2nd. If you do not turn in your letter of intent by April 1st, you will not be able to participate in CCP next school year. So I highly recommend turning it in tonight, and then you'll be taken care of. After that, each college has their own deadlines to apply and to meet eligibility. We're going to be working in close contact with our CCP advisors, and we're also going to have them out to the school at multiple points throughout the year for application day, and if you guys have any questions. So just make sure that the other deadlines set forth by the college you're wanting to attend, whether that be Ashland, North Central, Ohio State Mansfield, Mount Vernon, make sure that you're meeting their eligibility guidelines and deadlines. Okay. So again, the deadline to get your letter of intent is April 1st. We also recommend that you're meeting eligibility by then. There are some situations where we can push it a little bit, but April 1st is pretty much when we want to have everything set for the following school year. How do you get started? Complete your intent to participate today. Then meet all the eligibility requirements and deadlines for both the college and courses by April 1st. Apply for admission with the college, and we'll have that application day. And then contact the college to discuss assessment and any further eligibility you need to register for courses. That concludes this portion of the presentation. And up next, we have a representative from Mount Vernon Nazarene University. So please give him a warm welcome.
The clicker just works right there. All right, awesome. Well, we'll walk through this quickly. I'm an admissions rep. I'm subbing here tonight, so I know the baseline. That's all you need to know from my side of things. Fully accredited, all that fun stuff, online or on campus, so you guys get to pick what's going to be most conducive for you all, and all the good stuff you've probably just heard, okay? We do offer students who do CCP, you automatically get a $1,000 scholarship if you then attend MVNU as an undergraduate. So a nice little bonus chip there. If you're like, Mount Vernon is kind of on my interest level to actually attend the university, you can get some money. Class size ratio, so a little bit more intentional, smaller class size ratio, where again, our professors are going to want to be more intentional with you, get a chance to know you more, and that can be a real big boost. 50 different majors, so a lot of different options. And a big thing too is our student services and amenities. So our whole, and I think it's on the next slide, we talk about 98% of our students who go through dual enrollment do well, they pass. We've had 2, I think, I probably shouldn't even say that, but we've had 2 who fail. And that was 100%, I would say, on them. So that comes back to, we have the resources and we want you to succeed. You're in here probably because you're looking towards your future, which is huge. But part of that is sometimes you need a little help, need a little boost. And so our school is very intentional about that with using the different resources we have on our campus and then outside of that to make you guys move forward. And then other pieces, right? Like, hey, I want to actually do some different things, especially if I become full-time CCP. I can do intramural sports. I can use the activities centers. So maybe I've got classes in the morning and the afternoon, and I'm actually doing the on-campus. I'll go down to the rec, I'll hit a workout, and then we'll move along. Meal plans is something that would be a little separate, right? We might have to pay some for that, but another great option if you're actually doing the online version. And then a big piece, residential option for seniors. So I actually had a young man come up and talk to me for a moment. Seniors, if you're doing full-time CCP and you want to live on campus, we have that option as well. We only have 1 this year. Last year we had 4 students who actually were CCP full-time, living in the dorms. And then asynchronistic, so basically that whole idea is if you want to do your classes at 4 a.m. or 4 p.m., whatever works well for you, just making sure we see the deadlines when assignments are due. And so that's a big thing when you're looking at the online option of just staying on course. And that's a bit of the accountability. It's getting you prepared for actually what college is going to be like, right? That accountability, you kind of have to manage that on your own, as well as working through that with the professor. And then the benefits that I would say was outlined really well, right? You can be considered a full-time university student, can save you a ton of money, right? Over your 2 to 4 years attending, and then especially those of you who are maybe looking at graduate programs, if you're really thinking that far ahead, the doctors in the room and all those different fun things, the PA routes. And so, yeah, if you're along those lines, thinking CCP route can speed up that process and save you money as well. And boom, done. So yeah, that'll be that. If you guys want more information, we've got obviously the folders in the back. You guys are awesome. Keep smiling. And I'm going to pass it on to North Central State. I guess I wasn't done, but I am done. Again, this is not my full-time job. Boom. Contact her. MVNU, let's go. All right.
Thank you. Perfect. Thanks so much. All right, thanks for having me tonight. I'm Becca. I'm with North Central State College. I'm a CCP advisor. So if you have students out here tonight that are going to attend North Central, they will be working with me. I was told I have 22 seconds, so I will speak very quickly. A lot of the information that you hear tonight is going to be kind of redundant, so I don't want to go and give you the same information over and over again. As mentioned before, your student can attend CCP courses at more than one college or university. Some benefits with North Central State College. Once they're a CCP student with us, they are considered a college student with us, so they have the same benefits as all of our traditional college students. They have access to our campus and all of our amenities there as well. They also will have access to our tutoring center. Their advisors were available to talk to them over the phone, virtually, or in person as well. So this is just kind of going over some really quick CCP steps to get your students started. A lot of this information is in our folders and our brochures on the back. Their first step tonight is to be here tonight and to complete their letter of intent. After that, once they have applied, we will continue to work with your students to get them through that process and help answer any questions that they have. It might seem overwhelming, but we will guide them through every step that they have. Ooh, I might have shut that off. This isn't part of my time. Perfect, thank you. Okay, so one of the big things with North Central State College is our Tuition Freedom Scholarship. You'll hear us refer to it as TFS a lot. So this is a scholarship that's available to our CCP students specifically. This is different eligibility requirements for them. The two biggest things would be have they met CCP eligibility based on their credit hours with us. Our 64 credit hour tuition freedom scholarship is our most popular, as our associate degrees typically run 64 credit hours, essentially allowing your student to complete their associate's degree with us at no cost to them. So they would be looking at taking 8 to 9 credit hours with us with a minimum GPA of 2.75. That is the cumulative between their high school and their CCP courses. There are deadlines for that. Once they are ready to apply for that, it would be their transition from their senior year to their first fall term with us after high school graduation. Something else that's not up here to mention is we now have a bachelor's degree of engineering. So we have students that come to us and do the CCP program with their tuition freedom scholarship, get their associate's degree. We now have a scholarship that's similar to this to allow them to complete their bachelor's degree with us as well. And we have students in our nursing program. We're accredited for our bachelor's degree of nursing as well. So students can come to us, take and get their LPN when they're 17 years old. They come out of high school and they can start working right away, or maybe they want to continue on through their RN with our tuition freedom scholarship and could potentially get their bachelor's of nursing in as little as 3 years. And that is it for me. It was a little bit longer than 22 seconds, but this is our contact information. Again, all of this information is on our back table as well. Thank you guys so much for having me tonight. Thank you.
Our representative from Ohio State Mansfield is not here tonight, but your point of contact for OSU Mansfield, her name is Jessica Luttrell. She did send some slides along, and we're going to go through those really quickly. OSU CCP Fast Facts are here. The biggest thing is the deadlines that she has at the bottom, transcripts and high school information, where it needs to be sent, and what the deadlines are there. They have a lot of options for earning your degree and starting your degree early through CCP. Again, this whole presentation will be posted online, so if you're looking for the links for OSU Mansfield, they are here. A big thing. We're going to try this again. We're going to keep going. Again, these are some very important dates if you're wanting to do OSU Mansfield. And this is your CCP advisor's contact information for OSU Mansfield. If that's the university you're interested in, I'd suggest pulling out your phone, taking a picture of this at this time. And then we're going to turn it over to Ashland. That way.
Okay. Good evening. Who has not eaten dinner yet? Who wants to go home and eat dinner? I will try to hurry. My name is Carla Kuhn. I am the Director of College Credit Plus at Ashland University. Everything that I am going to share with you is in this book. There's still lots back on the table if you didn't get one. I've had students come up and ask questions already, so I have a few t-shirts left. If you come up and ask me a question, I will give you a t-shirt. Who knows the name of our mascot? Tuffy. So deadlines for Ashland University. If you had a brother or sister do it last, it was May 15th, and we had a little wiggle room, and we let you in if you were a little late. This year it's different. We extended it to June 15th, but that's the cutoff. So you want to make sure you get your app and all your stuff in. I actually encourage you to apply at the same time you submit your intent letter, because registration for fall semester, if you want to come to the campus or take classes online, that starts in April. So I would not wait until June, because you're going to get a better selection of courses if you get it in early. Admission requirements, there are two pathways to admission. So there's the traditional way, where you have at least a 2.5 GPA, and you have some kind of test score, ACT, SAT, or AccuPlacer. Or there's also the test optional pathway, which if you have a high school GPA of 3.0 or higher, you're automatically in. Keep in mind, though, you still need to meet placement guidelines for courses like math and English. Again, you can take courses on our campus here at the high school, English, history, or you can do them online. There is a page in the book of online courses that we offer. They are unique in that, just like here at the high school, I assume, when it's time for registration, seniors get to go first and freshmen are last, I suppose, right? Same way at the college. With that list of online courses on that page, we do it backwards. We let CCP students register for those first. Then if there's any spots available, we let the upperclassmen have them. So it helps you from getting closed out of popular courses. There are pathways listed in that book. The state of Ohio requires that high school and colleges have pathways for you. That is just because they don't want you taking courses willy-nilly. You know, they want you to take something that's going to count towards something. So the pathways that are in there, there's only a few, but they're just suggestions. So if you have interest in anything else that we offer, just talk to us, and we can make a pathway that's right for you. You guys are really close to our campus, so even if you're just going to take classes here at the high school, we encourage you to get your Eagle card and come to campus. Come to a football game, a basketball game. You can get in for free. If you're taking classes on campus, you can put Eagle dollars on your card, and you can eat at Convo. You guys ever eaten at Convo? We have awesome food. So just come and, join the fun and get a taste of what college is like. We do offer a $4,000 scholarship to all of our CCP students. It's $500 a semester for up to 8 semesters. And so I'm the director, Susan I work with. We're your team, and we're here to help you anytime you need, and I'll be answering questions in the back. Thank you. Oh, you need that, don't you?
Good evening. Just we're going to close up here. Here, Kelly, you want to flick this slide for me? So we have 2 pieces of information that I gave you. This is the letter of intent. The sooner you hand that in, the faster you become eligible. And we can, if you have it filled out now, you could, once we're done, you could bring it to the front. The second piece is this brochure has a lot of information. If you see the QR codes, it has the QR codes that allow you to apply at each of the colleges. So you'll see on the inside, it'll say Ashland. there's a QR code. It'll say North Central, there's a QR code. If you have any questions about CCP, there's a QR code on the back that'll take you to our webpage. So we're trying to make it as easy as we can because this can be a very complicated process. But make sure you read through this because this little brochure is sort of the real core information that you need to know. So does anybody have any questions regarding what we need to do? Anybody have, is everybody pretty well set? If you do, you can come forward, but go ahead. What's your question? Oh, that's a great question. So it'll say institution. What institution do you want to apply to? You don't have to put anything there. Yeah, that doesn't really matter. That's a great question. So any other questions? Okay. Thank you for coming. You guys have a great night. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask one of us. Make sure you bring your letter of intent forward if you have completed it.